How are you? So I'm Oswaldo, and we are here with Paulo Silva, that is the CEO of Hacks Boutique. I'm a lawyer, a Portuguese and Brazilian lawyer, works for Hacks Boutique for the past 5 years. Today, we are going to present the growing demand for European citizenship through the Golden Visa in Portugal. This is a presentation for investors that are thinking about living in Portugal and invest in Portugal. We have been working with foreigners for the past years, and we have helped many families and investors to acquire properties here in Portugal and apply for their Golden Visa here. We are going to give you a brief presentation over a brief overview for the Golden Visa here in Portugal, okay? And after, Mr. Paulo will present Hacks Boutique, Hacks Portugal, which is a real estate that works here in Portugal, helping the investors to acquire their properties.
Hi everybody, my name is Paulo Silva. I'm founder partner of Hacks Portugal, a real estate company focused on client services. First of all, I would like to thank Sam Hussein for the invitation. We are really honored and proud to be in this event and to be the Portuguese company present here. I would like to speak first about Portugal and then about Hacks. So, why Portugal? Well, speak about Portugal will take me a lot of time. So I will try to focus the main reasons why to invest and to live in Portugal. Portugal is a fantastic place to live, to work and invest. The world speaks about Portugal, how great this country is, with beaches, seaside, mountains, landscape, history, tourism, nice people. We are lovely and cozy. But the three most important reasons are: we are on the top of quality of life, we have one of the most security countries in the world, and we are also on the top of the cost of life. It's very cheap live in Portugal. Of course, I can add other reasons, like we speak several languages, we have many international companies coming to work into Portugal. A lot of students come to study in university in Portugal. That's one of the reasons why there is a lot of investment in students' residents here in Portugal. And of course, there is also a lot of retired people come to live here, not only because of the fiscal benefits, but because they love Portugal. We have probably the best visa in Europe, but for that, Oswaldo will explain better. Come to Portugal and be happy the same way I am, and the same way that thousands of foreign people are happy. Please come to Portugal, live and invest. Contact me to have more details, and I will be glad to speak it more about it. Now, about Hacks Portugal. We are a real estate boutique company. Our goal is to achieve the desire of the client. So we do everything in order that the client never feel alone. Very important. On the process of coming to Portugal, whether to come to live or invest, the client knows that with Hacks they have exclusive services. We are in fact a client service that sells apartments, houses, farms, commercial, etc. We have a motto: start a client, finish a friend. The client knows that they can count with us before, during and after. So, simplicity on the process, legal support, exclusivity, independence, That's what we are. We help the client choose the best for him. Before and during the buy, I give these examples. We pick the client at the airport, we organize several visits, we explain the places, we have legal advice on all the process. After buying, the process continues with simplicity, like open a water account, go to buy furniture, rent the apartment, represent in the condominium meetings, whatever. So during the past 5 years, this is the way we work, and believe me, our clients' friends like, approve, and recommend RACS to the others. So you can count with us. You will never be alone. Please contact RACS for more details. We will be glad to receive you and to help you.
As Paulo said, I'm going to present the Portugal Golden Visa program, which has been a very successful program in Europe, and our work for investors. We are very proud of our work. And today I'm going to present you just a brief presentation over the Golden Visa program and how it works. And in the end, I will speak more about the non-habitual residence, which is tax benefits for residents in Portugal, for foreigner that is coming to live in Portugal. So first of all, Portugal is very well known worldwide. And why Portugal? We are always speaking with investors, and we need to tell you why you need to come and why you must come into Portugal and invest in Portugal. So we have 4 main reasons. We have a bunch of them, but I would like to highlight these four topics. The first one is security. Portugal is the 3rd most peaceful and secure country in the world, which is very important because most of families and investors are looking for a peaceful place to establish their life or to change their life. The second one is the quality of life, because Portugal, besides the great food and wine, we have a good climate. We have a very well-known and very a wonderful quality of life, a very low cost of life, which is very important and very highlighted by our investors. And we were the champions of quality life for expatriates, which is very important. The third one is the taxation, because as I will speak, in 2009, it was created an attractive tax regime for non-habitual residents, where you can accept them for some tax for 10 years, for 10 consecutive years, okay? And the last one is the succession planning, which offers you a very favorable regime for free transmission, and in particular in matters of hereditary succession, okay? So we have every time, and after coronavirus, I would like to highlight that Forbes had said that Portugal is one of the best countries to retire after coronavirus. And that's why we had an increase of applications in May during this pandemic. And this is also a great thing to know about Portugal. So applying for the Golden Visa, what is the benefits for the investors and their family? The first one is the residence card. Holding this residence card, you can also renew your family. Okay, you will have a residence card for the period of your investments here. You have a minimum stay of 7 days a year, which is very different from from others golden visa programs around the world. And this is very highlighted because in some countries you need a minimum stay that is not only 7 days. So in Portugal, you will only require to stay only 7 days a year to acquire your golden visa and for the renewal. The third is the citizenship, that after you have your residence, your valid residence for 5 years, you can apply for the citizenship, for the Portuguese citizenship. Obviously, the investors and their family need to observe the general rules in this case, but after 5 years, you can apply for the citizenship. With the golden visa, with your residence card, you have freedom because you can free circulate on Schengen countries, okay? And also with your being a holder of a golden visa, you can also work, okay? You can either decide to live or not to live here in Portugal, but holding a golden visa card, you can work as well in Portugal. So the general requirements for the golden visa, it's a very simple process. Okay, we can divide the golden visa process in some steps. But the general requirement that for application, we need to present some documentation for the border services from the investor and their family. Okay, so the valid passport, police clearance, health insurance, and documents from the investments that you will choose. You must hold your investment in Portugal for 5 years, okay, to have to renew your residence card. And you, as I said, you are only required to stay 7 days per year for your application golden visa. So I will explain the types of investments for golden visa in Portugal, which are 8 types of investments. I will highlight 2 of them. That is the core business of HAX Boutique, that is work with real estate. Okay, so the first type of investment that you can do for golden visa, and is the more common, is the real estate of 500K, where you acquire a property it's a property with value equal or above 500K. The second option with real estate is to acquire a real estate with construction dating back more than 30 years or located in an urban regeneration area for refurbishing. And this investment must be in the total value equal or above 3,500K. Okay. In this case, the investor must prove to the border service that the acquisition and the refurbished the value is equal or above 3,500K. Okay. So the other options that is not involved with the real estate, but HAX Portugal also has partnership with companies that can help you with this type of investments. So we have the capital transfer, where the investor transfer a capital to Portugal to a Portuguese bank of at least 1 million, okay, euros, including investments in share, okay. We have also the job creation, where the investor must create at least 10 job positions. We have research investments, where the investors transfer 3,500K to invest in research activities conducted by public or private scientific research institutions. We also have future investments, where the investor apply to 2,500K or more to support artistic production, recovery or augmentation of national cultural heritage. We have also venture capital, the transfers of capital of 3,500K or more for the acquisition of units of investment funds, or venture capital funds for capitalization of companies incorporated under Portuguese law. HAX Portugal has also a partnership with a company for investors who may want to invest in venture capital. And we also have the second type of job creation, which is the capital transfer of 3,500K or more for incorporation of a commercial society with head office in Portugal, and the creation of 5 permanent working jobs, okay? And these 5 permanent jobs for at least 3 years. So this is the numbers of residence permits for investments here in Portugal. This is the number for golden visa, the application. So we have this huge amount of money invested in Portugal. And as you can see, most of these investments are made in real estate property purchasing. And the second is in capital transfer. So as you can see, it's a very good program and very trustworthy program for investors in Portugal. And I think this is one of the best, this is my personal opinion, this is one of the best programs, golden visa programs for investors in the world. I would like also to highlight the process that is very simple. So in the first process, the investors must decide whether they want to invest, if it's in real estate or in capital transfer or in creation of jobs positions. They decide the type of investment. So more into the real estate. So the investor deciding that they want to invest in the property, HAX Boutique will help the investors to search the property with the acquisition, and we work to the application for the golden visa. So the process is simple. We have a pre-registration for the investor, a pre-analysis of your application that takes 4 weeks. After that, this first step we can do abroad. The investors and their family, they don't need to be in Portugal physically. They just need to come at the second step when we have the interview in CEF. Okay, we have an appointment for the investor and their family to get the biometric fingerprints, photos. And then we have the approval process that taking up to 9 months to be approved by the border service. After you get the golden visa, your first residence card will come with a 1 year of valid for 1 year. Then we have the renew for another 2 years, and last renew is for another 2 years. So after this 5 years of renewance, your residence card, you can apply for your citizenship. So the process by investing in a property, it's an easy process. It's a very smooth process. We are very into this process. HAX Portugal it's very qualified to help and to follow and guide the investors in the acquisition of the properties, focused in golden visas, since we are very into and help foreigners. I would like also to talk about the non-habitual resident, that it's tax benefits that is mostly confused with the golden visa, but it's in some ways differently, because this tax benefits was designed it was introduced in 2009 in Portugal, and it was designed to attract high qualified employees to Portugal, and high qualified people, high valued people like research, doctors, people that work with IT and investors, also the retired people. And with this tax regime, they wanted to attract offering a reduced tax rate and some exemptions for your first 10 years living in Portugal. These tax benefits are applied only for people that want to live in Portugal and to establish their fiscal residence in Portugal. So what's the benefit? So you have tax savings for expatriates. This tax benefit is applicable to individuals who meet the criteria to qualify as tax residents in Portugal. So that's why I'm explaining. If the investors just want to invest in Portugal and doesn't want to live in Portugal, they don't want to establish their fiscal residence in Portugal, the non-habitual residence is not applicable to him. Okay, so the applicant also, he not have been taxed as a tax residence in the last 5 years in Portugal. And I can also say that if this non-habitual resident, if he's employed in Portugal with the non-habitual residence regime, he can benefit from a flat of 20% income tax instead of the usual scale rate, which reaching up to 48%. Also, I can highlight in this regime that the foreign income is completely free of Portuguese tax, like rental income, capital gains on real estate, interest, and dividends. That's why it's really interesting to apply for this regime. Also, for the retired people, we have the foreign pension income. It was tax-free until April 2020. And since the 2020 Portuguese budget introduced it, now they have to pay a flat 10% tax on their income, pension income. So thank you very much. If you have any question over our presentation, we will be available for you and for a Q&A to present more in more details over Golden Visa or about the HAX Boutique, how we work. And we would like to present you more about Portugal and the benefits from the citizenship by investment here.